is Betty Smith, and so I'm going to be real quick. Today is Maxam Gold Cup night. It's going to be a large crowd. We got 4 stake races, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Restaurants sold out, suite level's busy. So it should be another busy night. Next week, obviously Camel and Ostrich night, mandatory day, everyone knows that. I have gotten a few other tellers from Lone Star to come back up to help us out because we are expecting 10 to 12,000 people. Everyone who's working during the day is going to be here through about 9:30 to get us through the camel races. That's when everyone will start dropping off. So it is a full board of tellers next weekend, next Saturday. Okay. That's what I've got. I'm going to turn this back over to Betty. Again, schedules. I have everyone who starts for live racing will come in at 5 o'clock. There will be no meeting between 5 o'clock because we are opening up the gates at 4:30.
That's next weekend?
That's next Saturday. So I want to, so everyone's in place. If you're not here at 5, don't stress about it, but everyone starts around 5 o'clock. We'll have money here, so everyone's ready to go when the people start coming in. They'll probably come in early because they've been told to come early to get their spots. So just be ready. Okay, guys?
So no meeting next week?
No meeting next week, but we'll have one closing Saturday at 5:30. So that's all I've got, guys. Thank you for everything. We'll have a good night tonight. I'm going to turn this over to Betty. Okay?
Right. Thanks for your attention, guys. I'm taking a speech class online, and as a requirement, I have to have an audience. So guess what, guys? But to make it relevant, since we're at work, I decided to do about counterfeit money. Just give us a few tips. I don't know if any of you remember, about 2 years ago, they busted up a big counterfeit ring somewhere over here off the Beltway. The ICE agents came in with a search warrant, found over $2 million in counterfeit currency, check paper, money, Western Union receipts. And I can only imagine if this is one person with over $2 million, how much fake money is actually passed around every day. So thankfully, the U.S. Treasury put a lot of security features for us. The first one I guess we'll talk about would be the watermark. This is probably the easiest one for all of us. It's located right here on each bill, and it's usually the same picture depicted in the middle. For instance, Andrew Jackson is over on the 20 as well. Put it up to the light, you can see it back and forth. The next one would be right here in the corner of the bill. You know how it's a little bit raised, and the color shifts from green to black. Green to black is your turn on this. This would be for the 100s, 50s, 20s, and 10s. Another feature that I learned while doing this was, if you notice on the back of the bill, right here, it's called the low vision numeral. It's on the back right side, numeral versus saying 5 or this bold, easier to recognize. Another one is the fine line printing. These lines are found behind the portraits and on the back by the buildings. You can see them on the bills, but when you make copies of them, they don't show up as well. The next step, I don't know if you guys have noticed, we put these out on the lines, new copies of the new 100s coming out. These are going to be so easy to pick out. This line that goes through is a blue line. If you tilt it like this, it switches between a bell and a 100. So it's bell and there's, we'll go like this. Inside of this inkwell will be a bell, and as you slide it, it'll go from green to copper to green to copper. It's really great to see. Really easy to pick that one out. The last thing I want to talk about is, what do you do if you do come across a counterfeit? Does anybody know? Right. Number one, do not give it back. Keep it in your possession. The first thing I think Frank asked us to do is to call the money room, and at which time the money room will call security and we'll go from there. Try your best to make a little note of the time and a possible description of the person who passed it to you, as well as if there's anyone around them with them. Because you can only imagine this is a gambling facility, as we all know. Money's passed back and forth all day long. So just kind of try to keep your eyes open, and maybe now you have a little bit more tools to help you with that. There's handouts on the table if you guys want to take a look outside for today. Just let me know. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Where do the bills go once they've been collected from us?
Once the bills have been collected from us, the Secret Service actually comes and pick it up. We're not allowed to turn it over to anyone except the Secret Service with ID.
That's correct.
Are these hundreds of us already in rotation or no?
Yes and no. Starting in the next year or so, you should start seeing them more frequently. They started making those actually in 2010, but there was a design flaw. So it's been a while coming out. Okay. Anybody else?
How did you become so learned in this?
Research requirement for a class. Well, and it helps. Just like, I know you guys are very experienced sellers and very experienced money handlers. Another thing I wanted to tell you is just trust your instincts. I know a lot of you that have come in contact with counterfeit know it just feels funny. There's just something about this deal that doesn't feel right. Always trust your instincts. The pins are really good, but they don't always work because, for instance, not too long ago, we had a 50 come through. It was actually a 5, but it was a raised bill where they had put all of the information of the 50 on top of the 5. It was a good bill. The pin worked on it, not a valid 50. So, but like I said, it just felt not right. So, yes, sir.
And I guess this is either you or Frank, the mechanics of the till are, if you get stuck with one and didn't know it somehow gets in there, the track ends up eating it, not us, right?
Here's where I go on. I was gonna touch on this, but I will eat the first one. The second one we'll discuss.
Per teller?
Per teller. So again, honestly we'll have to look at if it was a, what's that?
I turned one in already, so.
Well, but again, go back to Oscar. I mean, if you get one and then you get stuck with another one that is just spot on, you know, that's something we'll have to look at. But the ones that I've come across have been mostly pretty obvious by the feel. So
Can you track these people by video as well?
as long as we have like Betty said, a perfect time of as good of a time estimation as you can give us. I know that's tough at times, but.
Well, just a suggestion for keeping track of the time, really for anything, just pop up a penny voucher. You know, and that puts that time on your recap, on your audit trail. Or, you know, that's the only penny voucher I did.
Well, that's all I got. So thank you guys. Oh, Ms. Rhonda.
I just want to ask a question because when you're extremely.
Can't hear you back there.
I apologize. I can't get loud. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. When you are extremely busy and you got money coming in, and I'm like, you know, you don't have the time because your line is long. You got people, you got money coming out of the yin yang to fill every dollar bill that comes to your hand. I mean, what do you do when you get stuck like that?
Well, again, like I said, the first one I will take care of. But again, you guys have all, the ones that have been here a long time, have gone through many busy days and gone through a lot of, and how many have you taken in personally? So it's rare. Again, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis. So I'm just upfront. The first one will certainly, if we have a copy, I'll let you see it so you have it so it doesn't happen again. But you know, moving forward, we'll have to look at what's going on. That's all. So again, you guys have done a great job not taking them in. So.
8 plus 100.
Thank you so much. Good job.
Right?
Actually, yeah.